They thought ignoring you would weaken you. Now your distance is making them anxious. When they started ignoring you, they believed they had the upper hand. They thought silence would make you desperate for their attention. They expected you to keep reaching out, keep wondering what went wrong, and keep fighting for a connection they were no longer willing to nurture. At first, their plan seemed to work. The silence hurt. You found yourself replaying conversations and searching for answers. You wondered if you had done something wrong. You kept hoping they would explain their behavior or at least acknowledge the pain their distance was causing. What they did not understand was that pain changes people. The more they ignored you, the more you started seeing the situation differently. You began noticing how much energy you were spending on someone who was giving you very little in return. You realized that constantly chasing clarity was exhausting. Little by little, your focus started shifting away from them and back towards yourself. That was the moment everything began to change. You stopped checking your phone every few minutes. You stopped creating excuses for behaviors that clearly hurt you. You stopped making their silence the center of your day. Instead of waiting for attention, you started investing that energy into your own growth, your own peace, and your own happiness. The problem for them is that they never expected this outcome. They thought ignoring you would keep you emotionally attached. They believed that the uncertainty would make you hold. They believed that uncertainty would make you hold on tighter. They assumed you would always be available whenever they decided to return. In their mind, they were controlling the situation. Now they are realizing they were wrong. Your energy feels different. You are no longer reacting the way you used to. You are no longer chasing conversations that go nowhere. The emotional dependence they relied on is disappearing, and they can feel it happening so fast. That is where the anxiety begins. The same person who ignored your messages now notices your silence. The same person who acted unbothered is suddenly wondering what you are doing and who has your attention. They find themselves thinking they find themselves thinking about you more often, because your distance is creating a reality they never prepared for. What makes it worse is knowing they caused it themselves. You did not become distant overnight. You became distant after being ignored too many times. You became distant after realizing your worth should not depend on somebody else's willingness to acknowledge you. The space between you was created by their choices, not yours. Now they are facing the consequences of their choices. They thought ignoring you would make you weaker. They thought silence would keep you waiting. Instead, the silence taught you how to live without their validation. It taught you how to protect your peace and stop chasing people who only value you when they fear losing you. And now your distance is creating the very anxiety they once wanted you to feel.